This video is brought to you by people who like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also support my work by buying me a coffee. The Fellowship of Guelph Saga continues, with axing the carbon tax and the mayor's tweets. From the west to east coast, Canadians were getting hosed by the Lord of the Liberals' carbon tax. They were determined to axe the tax, and they have been protesting on highways and overpasses for the past 2 weeks. Meanwhile in the Shire, the mayor could no longer tweet in public. He stopped anyone from commenting on his posts until his corporation's social media policy was reviewed. But that review might not be all sunshine and rainbows for the Council of Elders. Can Carly of Classen and the Elder Elves do anything about the housing cost crisis? And will the carbon tax and the mayor's tweets get axed? Across the nation, the proud Canadian protesters were holding the line until the carbon tax gets axed. It's decimating the economy and disabling people's ability to do the basic things, claimed one protester who vows to stay until the tax gets shelved. They wanted to axe the tax since so far it's been all economic pain with no environmental gain. On the East Coast, Darlene and her friends held the line on the side of the highway. Sporting their Joan Jeettes, they waved Canadian flags and protest signs at passing traffic. Like the Porta Potty protests in the prairies, they also brought enough food and toilet paper to last them several weeks. Whereas on the West Coast, the people of Vancouver and Nanaimo fought back against the globalists' agenda. In Nanaimo, BC, a lone spray painter called out their city for falling in lockstep with the World Economic Forum. In Vancouver, a large group of truckers slowly rolled around town protesting against the inflationary carbon tax. They plan to continue their nationwide protest until the tax gets axed. Meanwhile, back in the Shire, the mayor was dealing with his own protests. Not only were the Axe the Tax protesters happening on the Westwood Bridge over the Hanlon, but there were also protests happening against the mayor online. Last week, the mayor received 3 complaints about his supposed lack of online decorum when replying to comments on Twitter. After a quick and easy review, the Shire's Integrity Commissioner determined that online criticism was a fact of life for those in public office. The mayor could return to his selfie tour around town and block people's comments, which was exactly what he did. In his spacious office downtown, the mayor quickly ate his delicious curry lunch that he ordered from the dining district. He had to rush outside to meet with the Lord of the Liberals' imported friends for a flag-raising ceremony. The mayor helped them raise their flag on public land to celebrate Sikh Heritage Month. The celebration of a foreign holiday brought more festivities to the north end of the Shire with the grand opening of the Asian food market. The mayor quickly headed north to Woodlawn Road for the grand opening of the new Asian food market. He was joined by his new Sikh friends and a few of the Council of Elders. The mayor cut the big red ribbon and stumbled his words as he tried to pronounce the names of Asian market owners. They chuckled beside him and chatted about the recent gold heist in the swamps of Toronto. Councillor Ward was there as well, sporting her favorite red jacket. She was wearing her red jacket instead of her usual yellow jacket to show her intent to run for the Red Federal Liberal Party next election. With all the new voters that the Lord of the Liberals was importing, she was confident she could take Lloyd of the Longfield spot next year. At the end of the red ribbon was Mike of the Shriners. With the overcast sky that day, he wasn't distracted by climate change and could attend the event. Phil of the Alts showed up too, but pondered why he was there. He wondered why they were celebrating the opening of one business in the north end of the town when there are dozens of dead businesses downtown. But that thought didn't cross Erin of Caton's mind. With her triple-vented mask on, she was losing oxygen to her brain and simply clapped along. She was more concerned about the Corporation of the Shire's social media policy and the trolls on Twitter. Back at the Council of Elders chambers, the Integrity Commissioner had more unnecessary work to do. He was expecting to be done for the day and wanted to go home, but thanks to Erin of Caton, that didn't happen. After the 3 dismissed complaints against the mayor for his online behavior, Caton brought forward the idea of reviewing the Corporation of the Shire's Code of Conduct regarding social media use. I think that ethics, integrity, and accessibility of communications with residents are always important, whether we're using personal accounts or corporate accounts, she said ironically. Even though the Integrity Commissioner's report stated that the mayor didn't break any online codes of conduct, he still had to write another review of the council's code. The mayor tried to simplify the process by using the policies in the swamps of Toronto, where candidates for council were required to identify their accounts when they register and must make it clear to followers those accounts aren't directly connected to the municipality. You can use it for election reasons, but you must identify it as separate, the mayor explained. To me, that makes sense, to make sure that everyone is playing by those same rules. But playing by the same rules isn't for Erin of Caton. That's not her style. In response, she explained all their current accounts were private accounts as there was no policy in place right now. She's currently free to block people online and stop her residents from commenting on her posts. She can still call them bigots and transphobes for disagreeing with her. Just like the mayor, she prevented any good Guelph citizens from informing them of all the global criminal activity and agendas coming their way. If she wanted to bring more ethics, integrity, and accessibility of communications to the Shire, then she should man up and unblock everyone. The trolls on Twitter and the frogs of Kekistan are waiting for her unblocked reply. Because, according to her, the integrity and accessibility of communications with residents are always important. Can Carly of Classen and the Elder Elves do anything about the housing cost crisis? And will the carbon tax and the mayor's tweets get axed? Stay tuned here to see. This video is brought to you by people who like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also support my work by buying me a coffee.